conflict in Gaza. Israel has condemned the resolution. It says it's already fully committed to investigating all alleged violations of the laws of war. The resolution is largely symbolic. A policeman has been killed in Saudi Arabia during an apparent attempt to arrest a suspected Islamist extremist. The state news agency said the officer died in an exchange of fire in the western city of Taif. It said that afterwards 3 people were detained and that flags of the Islamic State group were seized along with silencers for guns. A suspected burglar in the United States has broken down in tears after a judge recognized him as a former schoolmate. Arthur Booth, who's 49, was appearing at a bail hearing in Miami after being involved in a police car chase. This was the moment that Judge Wendy Glazer realized who he was.
F-15-13303. Okay, Mr. Booth, I have a question for you. Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school.
Oh, my goodness.
He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him and all the kids. And look at what happened. So sorry. Mr. Booth, I hope you're able to change your ways. Good luck to you.
Oh, my goodness.
An Indonesian teenager found wearing a Portugal football shirt after being swept away by the 2004 tsunami has started training with Sporting Lisbon. But Tunis survived alone for 3 weeks on dried noodles and puddle water. The Portuguese Football Federation paid for the 17-year-old to travel to Lisbon. BBC News.
Welcome to Heart Talk on the BBC World Service with me, Zainab Badawi. My guest is British Holocaust survivor Susan Pollock, who lost 50 members of her family, including her parents, in Nazi camps. She recently gave evidence at the trial in Germany of the former SS guard Oskar Groening, who's charged with complicity in the murder of 300,000 Jews. He's now 93. She says she cannot forgive him and welcomes his trial. For what purpose does a case like this serve today? Susan Pollock, welcome to Hard Talk. You lived in a village in Hungary as a child, and then when you were 13, you were taken to the Nazi camps. You didn't realise that. You left with your sewing machine thinking you could earn money to help your family. You had no idea about the tragedy that was about to befall your family.
None whatsoever. We had been listening to various gossips and talks, but what our foundation. And we have heard that perhaps we're going to be resettled somewhere to the east, but where no one was specific about that. And by then, the Nazism and fascism grew very strongly in Hungary. So we kind of understood that this cannot go on too long.
But could you really have had no inkling, because neighbours were turning against neighbours? Your uncle was murdered. Your aunt had to live just opposite the man who killed him. He was released after a very, very short spell in prison. Were you not aware of the persecution as it was building up?
Well, we were aware of the violence, the street violence. We were aware of the strong manifestation of the so-called Milos Party in Hungary.